All right. What is up, guys? It is Uncle Bob, and I am back to live stream Advanced Wars. Replaying it, Mission 13 Naval Clash, failed 2 times, and then took 2 weeks off. Not for any actual reason. Honestly, the last 2 weeks, the last 2 Saturdays, I did not start I didn't have an opportunity to play until really late at night, and it was just not happening. The last 2 weeks, I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, but I actually sat in my car and I had started recording. I had because I usually hang out for 15 minutes before, 10, 15 minutes after. Usually, sometimes I don't, but especially when I was messing up the missions. Um, usually I hang out before and after, and I had finished like the 15 minutes, and I just logged right off. I just cut the live stream and didn't even post it. I was just exhausted. It has been it has been a really long set of weeks. My personal life is just going bananas at this point. And not in a fun way, not in a good way, not in any way that feels good or awesome. It's just frustrating. Life is just being very frustrating right now. And then to top it all off, this morning, I get up for work. I get on my way. And yesterday, my girl had taken my car to like one of those cheap tire places because my tire kept getting low. And she wanted to have them take a look at it and see if they could patch it. And apparently they did. And whatever pothole or whatever I hit this morning knocked their plug back out, because I ended up getting a flat tire on my way to work this morning. And that was the worst. Luckily, I don't really use a lot of my vacation days. I don't really use a lot of my personal days. So, I was still able to use a personal day and still make, $100, getting a paid day off. But, I made 100 something bucks all to spend. I've never asked, I've never looked it up before. But I'm never going to make this mistake again. Now, I get it was 3 o'clock in the morning, like 3:45, 3:30 by the time the guy actually found me. But anytime I've ever had to get my car towed, I've been driving now for almost 20 years. And, I haven't gotten my car towed a shit ton, but I've had it towed a few times. And anytime I've had my car towed, it's always, depending on the company, somewhere between $80 and $120 out here. It's always been somewhere in that range. Depends on the company, depends on the distance they got to take you, but it's always been somewhere around there. So I never even thought about it. And I call the company, the guy comes, tows me, and I go to a tire shop, which I have to sit at for like 4 hours because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And they don't open till 8, so I had to just sit in my car all morning doing nothing. I did record a segment of Secret of Evermore, which actually just got uploaded. So I did do that, but by and large, I did fucking nothing because there was nothing to do. There was nobody I could call at, 4 in the morning. But, he drops me off, and I look and I can kind of see his iPad where he's got, the app open for all of his, his billings and all the official work. And I look and that motherfucker says $260. $260 to get my car towed less than 4 miles. Bro, that shit had me fucking furious. Fucking furious. In a minute, my live stream may cut out just a minute because my roommate, or not my roommate, my neighbor looks like he's gonna pull out. I always park myself in my driveway where I'm like next to my apartment so I can get I can always have my Wi-Fi signal reach, but it might cut out for a minute. So if it does, might be. But I'll be right back. I don't know how much it'll cut out. Do 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 do. Alright, let me pull back in my driveway here. Alright, hopefully all my Wi-Fi and everything connects back. Hopefully we're all good. Everything's solid, everything's sweet. Hi, La Violeta Quentin, whatever, I'm drunk. But no, that shit said $260. And, you know, I know it's late. There was no other tow company that was answering my calls. I kept getting, you know, they said 24 hours, but I kept getting, you know, the ring and then the voice message. So by the time I even got towed, it was already like, it was late, and I just paid that shit. It's just frustrating. I had to borrow fucking money from my goddamn dad. I mean, I love my parents. My parents are the fucking best. You know, but they're retired now. You know, I don't want to be relying on them for a fucking help. And, you know, I had enough money for rent. My rent is fucking $1,650, and it's due tomorrow, which I'm going to be a day late on that because I forgot to stop at the bank today. And you can only withdraw $500 in a given 24-hour period. So I can't really do it until Monday. But regardless, like, I had enough for rent, and then this shit happens. Just $400. Because, you know, that's $260 for that overnight tow. God, that's still... that shit pisses me off. I'm so angry about that shit. And then, you know, for a tire, it cost me like $100 because I'm only getting one tire because I don't have money for any more, so I'm not going to get a deal on it. It was like $90, and then I just got a 3-year warranty because I just had a problem with it, and if I get another problem with this tire, I would rather it just be taken care of by the company. Fuck it. That's all I want. I just want them to handle it. But yeah, that's how I started off my day. And of course, you know, my normal supervisor at work that I normally deal with, he's, normally he didn't work on Saturdays, but he had been working on Saturdays. So I, of course, I try calling him, no answer. I text him, send him a picture of my tire, tell him what's up, tell him I got to use another personal day. But apparently that message never got to one of my supervisors because one of my supervisors from my old building before it got closed down, he just, like, in the last 2 weeks started working at my base now. And I forgot I even had his messenger account, and he ended up calling me. He was like, at this point, you know, our start time was 3:10 in the morning. He calls me at like 4:50, and he was like, "Hey, are you on your way?" I was like, "Ooh," I texted and called Jake. I'm not coming in. And I obviously explained to him everything that was going on. You know, what is he gonna say? He's not gonna say anything bad about it, but it was definitely a bummer. It was definitely a bummer. It was not how I wanted to start my day. You know, like I said, I love my parents. They help me out a lot, but I don't want them to be helping me out a lot with that shit. You know, they're retired now. I want them to be able to take it easy, you know. And I'm not exactly, you know, very wealthy, so, you know, I had enough money for rent, but $110 for a tire and the warranty, and then $260 for a tow. That's $371 just smack. And I just didn't have enough to make that much ground. So yeah, I was pissed. It was not a good day for me this morning. And again, the fact that I just had to sit there in front of the tire shop for hours and hours. I wish it didn't have to be what it is, but it is what it is. See how this mission goes today. Because the last 2 times I tried playing this mission, I failed it both times. And I feel like I did better the second time, the second day I was playing this, but I just feel like it needs to be, I need to take this map with the utmost of seriousness. Because I'm not. I keep trying to like desperately capture the base or something, and it's just not working. I need to actually keep my guys hidden in the trees. I need to make sure I'm moving. If I gotta waste turns, then you know what? I gotta do it my old-fashioned way. Let my time sink all the way to the back. Let power and technique be the things that get me all my points. I bought all the war room maps anyway, so it's not like I really care. Woof. Woo! I'm definitely drunk. Finished off my bottle of Johnny Walker Gold Label Reserve. At least by me, that's the same price as the green label, which is like, what, $59.99? So like $67 after tax. $60 on a bottle of whiskey. And it's pretty damn good. I'm liking it a lot. I did the most blasphemous thing to those who like Scotch whiskey, but I don't care. I had a few mixed drinks with it. I mixed it with some cherry RC, some cherry cola, and I tried to do the same ratio that, now I don't know if it's actually true, but supposedly it is. Those canned Jack and Coke drinks are supposed to be 1 part whiskey for 5 parts cola. So I'll do like a half shot, like 25 milliliters, and then 125 of cola. Just make it like a small little mixed drink. And last week I mixed some of, usually when I drink, especially Scotch, I always break up a bottle into 3 drinking sessions. Very autistic. And I drink 250 milliliters, like 5 full shots, 10 half shots worth each session. And my first one will be all for taste. I don't mix drinks. I don't do nothing. And the second drink session, I'll mix a few with regular cola. And then the third time, I'll use some cherry cola. And I always use RC. Fuck Coke. Fuck Pepsi. I'm a child of immigrants. It's all about Royal Crown. That's the cola right there. Nothing else compares. But I tell you what, I remember the Coke being okay, but the cherry Coke with the Gold Label Reserve, heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. It was perfect. Now I'm just drinking just the straight last bit of the Scotch now. Now, I will never take expensive whiskey and mix it if I'm, drinking it out somewhere. Because, a lot of times bars will charge you for a full shot, which a shot is around, it's a little less, but it's around 50 milliliters. So, in one bottle, there should be about 15 drinks worth in there. They will, a bar will charge you like 20 to 25%, a fifth to a quarter of the total price of the entire bottle for just one drink. So, when it's a cheap whiskey, that's whatever. But, you think of a bottle of, you want to get a drink of Johnny Walker Blue Label, that bottle is $200. If I'm ever have, but if I ever bought some expensive whiskey at a bar, never mixing that. You don't mix that. You mix it when you buy your own bottle, and every drink is a little more cheap. But if I'm going to be paying a quarter of that bottle for one drink at a bar, I'm going to enjoy every ounce of it. But it is. People have been peeking in, peeking out. No one's here right now, but it's time to start. And I'm obstinate. Like, I refuse to do any of the other missions. I need to do the mission that I beat last time. I will not be satisfied until I do. Okay. But remember what comes first. Okay, let's hide everything. Hide. Just you stay there. You go over here. You go over there. You go over here for the meanwhile. You go over here for the while mean. Alright, and hide you. That's the name of the game. I want everybody, as much as I can, hidden. That's what I need to have. Alright. Of course he is. How far can you move? Okay, can you please get in the forest? You're a fucking... Ooh. Alright, where do I gotta move you? Okay. Everyone is locked in. Everyone is... That is the most fine thing you could have ever done. Fire at him. Let's get that. That's my wonkily drunk eyes. All right. Okay, now I don't care if he can see me because he can't reach me, right? Beautiful. The only one who's in his range, he should not be able to see currently. Okay. Can any of you guys hit him? Okay, okay. 39%, okay. Ooh. Got that last little bit of gold label. Next week I'm gonna buy that gold label 18 year. Never mind, you should stay right where you are. That's what you should do. Okay, that's hidden, so he can't see him. Let's get rid of him. All for him to be able to use eventually that stupid fucking tsunami move he's got. Okay, let's stay in. We hide in the shadows. That's what we gotta do. We gotta be hiding in the shadows. Alright, yeah, your stupid fucking... Boo! Boo! Fuck this move. Bitch ass move. I don't like any of that shit. Okay, hidden. Stay hidden. Okay, if you're not gonna move, I will take you out. That is cool by me. Goodbye, goodbye. My shit is lay safe. Okay, I don't think you guys can do anything else. Let's get you... Let's get you guys healed up for a turn. Alright, cool. They are all better. You... Please... Okay, you wait with this next load. Okay. Okay. That's what I need. Anything that comes by needs to be eliminated the moment they can see my troops. Please, 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 please. Yes! Take that, motherfucker! Let's supply up. Staying safe is he's got an APC in him. What do you have? What is your vision? Your vision is 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's. If my math is correct, that should be how that works. Let's get you over here. Drop that. Take out as much as we can here. That would have been trouble. Okay, let him come down here and find out. If he wants to fuck around, he'll find out. There's no way that should have worked. Fuck. All right, let's get this superpower going. Okay. 84? There's a helicopter going on at night. Ooh, that's rough. Shit. I don't like how this is gonna go. Alright, might as well eliminate this one. Now it's getting... They survived. Damn it! Okay, let's... Okay. What I gotta do is I gotta get that, Is that my neighbor or is that the neighbor across the street? Bro, this fucking move. There goes my medium tank. Oh, my mustache is fucking tickling my nose. Damn it. Damn, I'm still not going to beat this map. I can feel it in my bones. It's not going to happen. Blow this guy away. Blow him off the bridge. Blow these guys away. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. I have no way to heal up my fucking... I have no way to heal up this battleship. Excuse you. Alright. Blow these guys away. Let the other guys capture the property. Let them do that. They can do that. That would be awesome if they did that. There's still one more capturing unit. Let's get you to full health for fuck's sake. Yeah, do that. Do that. That's super cool. Ooh. All right. We got eliminations. Let's go. He's not doing anything anymore. Go pick this guy up. Okay, 39%. All right, all right. We like thems. We like thems. Okay, so if I do this map again, if I don't end up winning this match, that's the one. This is the guy who's been giving me all the fucking problems. Is right there. I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, we're going to be taking massive speed hits on this run. Massive. Because I'm limping. Heart of the cards, heart of the cards, heart of the cards, heart of the cards, heart of the cards! Yes. Booze drank. Blast you away. Alright. Let's blow these guys away. Excellent. No one can see. Pew! Pew! Pew pew! Oh yeah, tsunami. That's so fucking cool, bro. That's so cool. That's so fucking awesome, dude. Alright, let's power up. Do I finally get it? I took 2 weeks off. I fucking won. Oh my god, curses, I've been defeated. Time to hoist sail and flee. Fuck! Still a B rank. Holy shit. Holy shit. I don't even want to know what you got to do for an A or S rank on that mission. Jesus Christ. Oh, that feels so good. After several weeks of trying, and then several weeks, or 2 weeks of trying, 2 weeks of failing, 2 weeks off, I finally made it. Like I said, that's a rough opponent. Doesn't this old sea dog deserve some smooth sailing now and then? Drake, listen, about our earlier conversation. Ahoy there, Eagle. It's time for you to test the waters. Battle Orange Star yourself and see if my theory holds any water. I think you're right. Alright, and Max is the one I did last time, so Max is what I'm going to do this time. We're going to save just in case, because I don't know if I saved just now. I can't remember. Alright, we're just going to... Alright, cool. So when I go to restart, it'll be right there, right? Right? Oh yeah, turn 1 of this. But I don't care. I did it. I did it. I win. I won. I did it. Alright, that was my girl. She was just tapping on the window. But that's fine. I did it. I won. I'm so happy. Oh! That was great. I'm so happy I finally did it. Can I see it all? Nope. For some reason it won't show me the chat. Oh well. Oh, I finally did it. That was so relieving. Oh my god. I've been waiting so long to beat that map. The couple weeks where I was just too tired and too exhausted to play. All I've had is this map on my mind, and the fact that, like, I even doubted myself, but the fact that I was able to beat it in the end, I am very happy. I'm so happy. Oh, now I can move on to the next map next week. And I don't gotta feel like a bum. That's my goal. My goal is to beat, at very least, all of these maps. Oh, so awesome. And I'll just chill around for like 15 minutes, a little bit less now. And then I'll be done for the night. Oh, yes. Tomorrow we can keep playing The Secret of Evermore. Tomorrow will probably be a dad stream because my girl works early, so I'm probably gonna be. I'll either be recording early or late. I'm not sure yet. Can I buy any characters? Cool, thanks. What is special? I'm confused. I'm ready to eventually take these out because I've heard so much about the battle room maps. Oh, I'm so happy. This is... After 3 weeks, for real, nothing feels better. Like, nothing feels better. Last 2 weeks, I was just way too tired to fucking live stream. And this week, I pick it up, and I beat this map that I had tried at least like 3 times the last 2 weeks that I played, and I couldn't do it. And this time I do it right away. First-ish try. Yes. Now I gotta figure out, though, after I beat Secret of Evermore, because Secret of Evermore I can feel is on its way out. I'm gonna keep playing that game until it's done, but I feel like that game's coming to an end. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to play after this. And one of the games that I think I'm going to play is Dragon Quest II. I feel pretty set on that, because maybe it was like a few months ago, 2-3 months ago, I'm not sure, maybe a little more, I really don't know. I had started playing Dragon Quest II, and I had lost some footage and just decided, you know what? How dare you? I decided, you know what? I'll come back at a later date. Everything will be fine. There's no reason to worry about it. Especially when, I'm not gonna lie, I had already played the first Dragon Quest, and I loved it. I loved the first Dragon Quest so much. It was very bare bones, but like, you gotta remember, especially when it comes to video games, you know, when you're talking about that early in RPG games' lives, there were no actual, like, there were no tropes. You know, tropes weren't around long enough in gaming to be tropes. And I managed to beat that game completely without a guide. The only thing I looked up in the original Dragon Quest, and I had a feeling I knew where it was. I just didn't do all the looking for it. I don't know if a map came with the guide, like with a lot of games, but you had to find an item that was in a swamp that you get instructions that's like, it's this many south and this many east of the castle. And right away I knew, like, just thinking of the map and thinking about where things were, I was like, okay, this has to be one of the swamps that you get to wander through towards the end of the game. Like, this has to be the swamp. Like, it's gotta be. And I looked it up just thinking that, like, I don't know, maybe I just was second guessing myself and my abilities. I was like, you know what, let me look it up. And I looked it up, and it was honestly, the swamp had basically, if I remember correct, I could be wrong, it had like a few different sections. I feel like I remember there being 4, so we'll call them quadrants. If there were 3, then we'll call it tridents, or 5 pendants, whatever it wants to be called. But it was in the middle of one of the sections of the swamp. And it was in a spot that when I had looked it up and I had counted on the actual map of the game, I was like, oh, you know what? That's like one of the top 5 squares that I would have looked at for this item to be. So other than that, I beat the entire game without having to really look up anything. You know, I did have some previous experience playing it when I was younger, so it's not like the game was, you know, a total mystery to me. But, you know, me and my son have been, for the last year, we've been watching through Dragon Ball, and I have had a lot of fun with it. And I figure, you know what, if I'm watching some Toriyama art, why don't I also just play some Toriyama art? You know, he did all of the designing of all of the different enemy sprites and shit in the game. And honestly, it's one of the things that I love the most about Toriyama's artwork, especially in games, is that it just looks so much him. It just looks like his artwork. I love it. You know, when I was a kid, it confused the fuck out of me. For real. When I would look, because my grandfather, before he died, he had quite a few old school, like, Super NES RPG guides. He had guides for Breath of Fire. He had a guide for Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, Super Mario RPG. Those were the big 4 that I really remember. I feel like at one point he had a Final Fantasy 3-6 guide. I feel like he had a couple other guides that when he passed away he didn't have anymore, or that maybe just got lost or thrown away or whatever. But Breath of Fire, Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, Super Mario RPG, those are some of the guys that I definitely remember him having. I can't remember any more off the top of my head. He definitely had more when he was alive, but, you know, unfortunately he passed away when I was 8. So a lot of those guides, my memory of them is actually, you know, of after he passed away, and some of them were thrown away. Because I remember there being a Final Fantasy 6 guide, and I never really got to, while I had real strong memories, I never really got to look at them. But those are the only ones that I really, truly remember. I can't remember if because I had an Ocarina of Time one. I don't remember if my parents got me that one. I know they got me the Majora's Mask one, but he already passed away by that time. My grandfather had gotten Ocarina of Time, and like 2 weeks later he passed away. Yeah, I don't remember. Bro, I tell you, when I was looking through those guides, Chrono Trigger was one of the other guides. It's the one I was fucking talking about. Fucking jackass. Excuse you. Where's my... I dropped my fucking lighter. Jesus. But, yeah, Chrono Trigger. I remember I would be opening the guide and I would see all of the characters, and it would confuse me. as to why Chrono, to me, looked like Gohan so hard, and I just didn't understand why. I didn't understand like why Frog looked like Captain Ginyu's frog form. I didn't understand why Robo just looked like something that would be in Dragon Ball. I didn't know why Luca um looked like Bulma with glasses, or that like Marl or Marley, um, why she looked like fucking Chi-Chi with blonde hair, like, or like Launch with like straight hair and a ponytail. There were so many, I just didn't understand it. And then, obviously I got older and I realized how artistry worked. But, you know what? I love Toriyama's artwork in video games. It is just one of the best things. So I think I'm going to start playing Dragon Quest II after I beat Secret of Evermore. But then I also want something that's maybe not a... I don't know, I feel like I may want something that's not, I don't want something that's going to be definitely turn-based. I'm already playing turn-based games. I don't need to play more turn-based games. I don't know, I'll figure it out. The big thing that's been in my head for something that's not turn-based has been, Secret of Mana 2. That's been something that I've been wanting to play, because at least one of the 3 scenarios of that game, maybe like, God, it feels weird to say, but like, at this point it was like 8 years ago or so. How long ago was it? It was 2015, 2016, so 10, 11 years ago. Holy shit. I had almost beaten one of the 3 scenarios. I think it was the one with the wolf kid. But I had just never beaten it. So I would like to beat at least one of those 3 scenarios. I'm not sure what else I want to do. It's just one of those things where there's so many games available, but I just don't know what I want. I just don't know what I'm feeling. I do want to, because I never beat them, I do want to play Blaster Master. I do want to try my hand at going through and playing Zombies Ate My Neighbors, because that's another game I never got to do on the channel. Like, there's just, I don't know, there's things. Sorry about my window. I'm playing with my hair too much. And by playing, I mean taking out knots and shit. I gotta wash my hair tomorrow. Unfortunately, when you work a manual job, that shit just gets grimy. But that is it for the day, guys. I will talk to y'all later. Tomorrow will be more Secret of Evermore. Hopefully I get closer to beating that game. So, till later, guys. Till next time. Next week, we will do this max mission. So